Magandang umaga. Ako si Dr. Elmer Soriano at kasama natin si Vice Mayor Joy Belmonte at in-invite natin si Vice Mayor Joy para mapag-usapan yung kung paano magpaandar ng anti-drug abuse program and anti-drug abuse councils at the city level at saka at the barangay level. No? So simulan ho natin, Vice Mayor Joy, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Professor Elmer, for the invitation to join you.
Okay, so ito yung inaugural video natin para sa Barangay Leadership Academy and swerte tayo at ang first interviewin natin is si Vice Mayor Joy. So Vice Mayor Joy, pakikwento naman ho kung paano nagsimula yung QC ADAC and then ano yung daloy, ano yung kwento, ano yung storyline nito hanggang ngayon sa 2018?
Well, una sa lahat, yung anti-drug campaign ay nakasalalay talaga sa pagiging functional ng isang ADAC, no? Sa bawat LGU. Kung kaya't napakaswerte ng Quezon City dahil mula pa ng 1980s, nung Vice Mayor si Senator Tito Soto, ay naging aktibo siya sa advokasya ng bawal na gamot. No? At unti-unti, itong advokasya na ito ay nabuo sa pagiging isang ordinansa. So ito yung tinatawag nating Quezon City Anti-Drug Abuse and Advisory Council Ordinance. Nakasama na rin dyan yung tahanan, yung Drug Treatment and Rehabilitation Center. So lahat yan ay inordinansa ng sanggunian as early as 2003 and placed already under the office of the Vice Mayor.
Okay.
So ever since then, it was the Vice Mayor who has been running the CADAC. No, and this is a 24-man policy-making body with a staff complement of about 177 personnel.
Wow.
So it's a lot. Actually, dumami lang naman nung nagsimula yung war on drugs ng ating pong Pangulo dahil ang CADAC ay nag-hire ng personnel specific to this advocacy para i-assign sa bawat barangay namin, and we have 142.
142 barangays.
So the specific policy of CADAC is prevention, treatment and rehabilitation, and establishing linkages with the various stakeholders. No? And CADAC is composed of individuals representing various sectors. So we have the local government, and in the local government, yung mga agencies like the City Health Department, the Social Services Department. We also have legislative members like the committee chairman of social services, of health, of dangerous drugs, and I think we are the only city where we have a chairman or a committee on dangerous drugs, no? And coincidentally, that is headed by the son of Senator Soto, that's Gian Soto, because he wanted to follow his father's advocacy, no? So we have that, second generation siya. We have members of the judiciary. We have the League of the Barangays, of course, is there. We have the faith-based organizations with us, and we also have just recently the Muslim sector joined us, no, para hindi lang yung Christian sector ang represented, and of course members of the various CSOs, no, so NGO sector is represented, and with representation from all these stakeholders, the intention is sana lahat ng aspects of drug prevention, drug treatment ay atin pong matugunan dahil may boses na nanggagaling sa lahat po ng sektor na ito. And we meet ideally once every quarter kung wala naman mga emergencies, pero we meet as often as possible. Like for example, nung nagsimula yung war on drugs na mandato ng ating Pangulo, halos linggo-linggo. In fact, minsan araw-araw kami nakikipag-meeting para lang mabuo ang aming polisiya. No? And now, CADAC is very strong. Nakasentro dyan yung programa ng ating pong local government, and we now work very closely with our barangays. No? So I'd like to stress that CADAC really relies also on the participation of the barangays to ensure its success in all its mandates. No?
May question, no, the multi-sectoral partnerships, ano po yung itsura ng kasi iba yung pa-attend lang ng meeting,
yes.
May multi-stakeholder nag-a-attend, pero meron mga masigasig na partnership, no? Ano yung itsura ng highly functional na partnership kaysa kumpara doon sa pa-attend-attend lang pero pag walang meeting, di mo naman nakita. Ano yung itsura, ano yung galaw ng isang partner, stakeholder like church or ano, na nagiging makabuluhan at malakas yung partnership na yun?
Well, actually, happy ako banggitin na siguro sa nakaraan, masasabi nating hindi highly functional ang ating badak or ang ating kadak, sorry. No, so yan yung sinasabi yung pa-attend, etc. Pero nung naging number one priority kasi ng Pangulo ito, ay in-ensure natin na yung participation ng ating mga stakeholders ay highly functional, meaning yung issues are brought up during the CADAC meeting. So halimbawa, nag-bring up ng issue with regards to the judiciary o yung proceeding sa courts o yung clogging of the courts dahil sa dami ng mga kaso. We have individual meetings with them afterwards. No?
Okay.
So
iba yung multi-stakeholder meeting na marami, tapos nagwa-one-on-one.
Nagwa-one-on-one. So binibring up lahat ng issues, okay. Tapos ang CADAC, nagsischedule naman ng meeting. So halimbawa, nandiyan ang issue ng judiciary, then we meet intensively with the judiciary to come up with policies for that aspect. Halimbawa, nag-bring up ng issue yung Liga ng mga Barangay President. O tapos doon naman tayo magfo-focus ngayon on policy making for the BADACs. Ganon din sa DOH. Halimbawa, may health issues. Okay, then we make partnerships. At lahat yan ay, kung kailangan maggawa ng memorandum of agreements, we will craft memorandum of agreements to ensure na hindi lang one-time, big-time meeting, kundi may sustainability, may carry through until the end, until the intention is actually reached, no? So that's how we do it, no?
Question.
Yes.
So, kung kunwari, since 2016, di ba,
Yes.
nag-intensify, ilang memorandum of agreements na related to your CADAC yung natahitahe? Because in malaking city ang ilang partners nyo, ilang memorandum of agreement roughly? I'm just curious.
Well, I cannot even count at the moment. No? I'm sure I have the counts in my files. Pero we have memoranda with the Psychological Association of the Philippines because they helped us do the modules no, for our community-based treatment. We have memoranda with the San Miguel Corporation because they are the ones who have committed to hiring our recovered drug dependents. We have memoranda with various job recruitment agencies who have committed to hiring recovered drug dependents. We have memoranda with their schools, with the ALS. We have memoranda with the churches. No? So we have memoranda with civil society.
So, bawat partner, parang papalalimin yung relationship,
Yes.
yung usapan.
And we make sure na yung memorandum na yan, okay, meron kaming responsibilities, sila rin may responsibilities, and then later on, we evaluate the success of the partnership. So it doesn't end with just signing, pero after that, may monitoring, may evaluation as to how successful this partnership has been. No? So, ganyan kalalim at ganyan ka-functional yung CADAC namin ngayon.
Question. So, madaming universities dito sa Quezon City. Meron ba kayong partner na university or academe? And ano yung role ng local academe sa ganitong may trabaho ba sila dyan? O wala silang dapat, wag nilang pakialaman itong drug na yan?
Well, yung sa hanay ng mga higher educational systems natin or like colleges, Ateneo for example, yung Psychological Association of the Philippines is housed in the Ateneo. No, so they helped us craft our modules like I mentioned earlier. No, then we have NSTP. So yung mga NSTP students ng UP, ng Ateneo, ng Trinity, ng iba-ibang colleges, they work with us towards information dissemination sa kanilang mga estudyante, no? So we have that kind of partnership. We also have something called the Barkada Contra Droga. This is a preventive program that we established, which is led by or composed of school leaders as well as community youth leaders. No, so it's for the youth. So we have
youth leaders na student leaders
and community youth leaders. No, and the objective of the BKD is to ensure that our young leaders will make it a priority to help their peers avoid the use of illegal drugs. So yan ang partnerships namin with our schools, no. And marami din mga professionals, psychologists, medical professionals coming from the universities that volunteer with us, no. So I'm happy to say here in Quezon City, our program is really participated in by all sectors. Even the Filipino-Chinese Chamber of Commerce is active with us, no, in terms of absorbing, let's say, potential employees from among our recovered drug dependents. They work with us as well, no. So you name it and they're with us. Pero yung siguro number one partner namin is of course the church now, no, because they're very active. Here in Quezon City, we work very closely with the Diocese of Cubao and the Diocese of Novaliches. We also work with the Islamic groups. No, we work with the Born Agains. We work with the INC. No, so the church, no matter what religious denomination, is active as well. And I think that's the strength of Quezon City at the moment, because when you're talking about recovered drug dependence, really the spiritual aspect cannot be separated, no, from their commitment to change their lives. So.
What do you mean spiritual aspect? Parang larangan pa ba yan ng governance, yung spiritual aspect ng mga ano?
Dito, kasi alam mo naman, we're a very religious country. So pag sinabi mong yung treatment program na binuo namin, yung ginawa ng Psychological Association of the Philippines is purely clinical. So nandyan yung mga clinical aspects. Yung barangay, they have their own physical components, no, yung Zumba sila or may physical activities. And then the barangay complements whatever we offer with their own. So meron din initiative yung barangay, no, towards addressing the issue of recovering drug dependence. Pero alam mo naman, because we are highly religious, nililink up natin lagi kasi yung paggamit ng bawal na gamot, which is a vice, o isang bagay na paglihis ng landas, kumbaga sa tamang landas, to spirituality. That they need the strength coming from the Lord para sila ay makaiwas, para sila ay maging committed towards a renewed and drug-free lifestyle, no? At alam naman natin na effective yan sa ating mga Pilipino. No? So, hindi po natin pwedeng ma-divorce yung spiritual aspect, no? At syempre, hindi lang naman lahat nasa intellect, talagang napakalaki talaga nung yung commitment na nanggagaling sa sarili mo, no? And the church provides that for us.
Okay. So, we expect na may mga manonood rin dito, mga vice mayor sa mga munisipyo sa probinsya, no? Mayor, vice mayor, may MADACs, Municipal Anti-Drug Abuse Councils, mga iba maaaring nangangapapa, no? How to move forward. Anong 3 tips ang mabibigay niyo sa mga kapwa nyo sa city or municipal LGU as they start na papalalimin yung MADAC or CADAC nila? Ano yung parang lessons learned or tips na mabibigay nyo sa...
Well, first of all, if your CADAC is not under your vice mayor, as is the case with many LGUs, apparently nasa ilalim ng mayor, tapos dinidelegate lang niya, I would number 1 suggest that to get a very committed head of your ADAC. No, kasi it all starts with the political will and the commitment of the head. So your executive director must really be an advocate against
so,
this.
full-time executive director.
Oo, hindi pwedeng part-time lang siyang head ng ADAC. Kailangan talaga, ito na talagang advocacy niya. Nakakatulong talaga yan. And when you have a leader like that, everything will follow kasi lahat ng mga stakeholders will want to work with a very dynamic, active, and progressive leader. No, that's the reason why here our CADAC is very active, very committed. Lahat ng stakeholders willing naman makipagtrabaho. So that would be the first. The second is, of course, engage. Talagang reach out. Reach out to all the stakeholders, no? Kasi every sector has something to contribute, no, to the success of this campaign, no? Like I mentioned, the academe is there, the business sector, the private sector, the NGO sector, lahat yan. Pag tinawag mo lang sila, lahat yan willing tumulong talaga. Kasi itong issue ng bawal na gamot touches every life. Is something that is close to every person in a very personal way, I think. Kaya hindi kami nahirapan dyan. And of course, sa pagpapalakas ng mga barangay, you have to show your barangays that you are willing and committed to help them. Dito sa aming CADAC, for example, meron tayong binababang programa, yung tinatawag na IDAPS, yung Integrated Drug Abuse Profiling System, where we wanted to profile all of our surrenderers. So we asked our barangays to do it, but they lack manpower. they lack resources. So kami mismo sa lungsod, hindi natin pinapaubaya sa kanila yun, nahirap na nga sila. So kami na yung nag-shoulder ng cost para magkaroon sila ng ganong klaseng personnel because we believe it was an important component of the program. So the barangays will be active, they will be very cooperative, they will be excited if the city, they can see that the support from the city is very strong. And I think that's one thing that I think the number one tip, support your barangays, because at the end of the day, the success will come from how successful the barangays are in dealing with this project or this program. No? So here in Quezon City, gusto ko lang magyabang ng konti. So we have 142 barangays. I think 133 before the war on drugs started were affected. No, of the 133, maybe 44. Something like that, were highly affected or intensely affected. And now, we have 21 drug-cleared barangays. We have 5 scheduled to be declared drug-free by the end of this quarter. And lahat ng mga highly affected, naging moderately affected na lang, no? So, meron din tayong incentive programs for our barangays. Like now, sabi ko nga, napakahirap i-drug clear yung mga highly affected, bigla na lang zero. Impossible yon. Yung mga malalaking barangay namin like Payatas, Commonwealth, Holy Spirit, where there are hundreds of thousands. Pero pag binabalang sana nila yung rating nila from highly affected to moderately or to low, dapat meron na silang award because mahirap na yon. No? So, I really believe also in incentivizing our barangays.
Anong klaseng incentives?
Well, ngayon, halimbawa, meron kaming program. This is with the DILG, itong Barangay Seal of Good Housekeeping program, no? And one criteria to make sure na matanggap nila yung award na ito, which has a cash prize, of course, of about 500,000 para sa huwarang barangay, and I think yung dangal, or is it the other way around, baka yung dangal yung 500,000, yung isa 200,000, is a highly functional badak. No, so kung hindi highly functional yung badak, automatic disqualified sila from receiving this award. No, and then now we pass an ordinance na bukod pa dito ay may karagdagan pang incentives na pwede namin ibigay sa mga barangay who are really active and functional. So we are in the process of consulting with our barangays kung ano ba yung mga incentives na gusto nila. If it's a cash incentive, if it's in kind, if it's in any other way, we will be consulting with them. No? Nasa first reading pa lang ito eh. So yung consultation stage ay gagawin pa lang namin. But I believe in that because kahit papaano, kahit nga award lang, na isasabit lang nila sa labas ng kanilang barangay hall na sila ay drug cleared or sila ay highly functional, badak, alam mo, para sa mga barangay, napakalaking bagay na yan, no? To be recognized for their efforts. And for me, I believe in recognizing hardworking and effective leaders in the barangay level.
Okay. Sige. So that wraps up the first part of our yung interview.